Hi everybody, this is Tracy. I've had a lot of requests to show you how to do a triple weave racer back tee, or basically a camisole or a t-shirt like this, and create the great weave that Gabby showed us all in her photos on the Zumba Cut and Create site. So what you do is you start by taking a t-shirt. You want to start with one that's probably too big on you because the weave will make it smaller. And you just locate the back center of the t-shirt and fold the t-shirt in half along the back like this, keeping your seams aligned here. And then what you're going to do once you find that center is you're going to start making some cuts. Now, we're going to go ahead and zoom in on this a little bit so you can see what we're doing. But with these cuts, you don't have to worry about them being perfect, because later on you're going to do some things that will mean that it doesn't matter if they're a little bit ragged or irregular. So you just want to start near the top of the shirt, and you're going to make the cuts, the line of these cuts sort of follow the line of this t-shirt. So I would say I'm going to make these, you can make them whatever width you want. You can make them skinnier if you want, or you can make them fatter. I'm going to make them a little bit fatter in this particular one, and you're going to cut them, fairly close to along the edge of the t-shirt here. And you're just going to keep cutting those until you have them all. But how many you cut and how wide you cut into the back of the t-shirt all depends on how much you want to have showing through of your bra or another camisole or whatever you wear underneath. So you cut these till you have them all done, and you're going to go all the way down the back of the shirt just like this. Okay, a little patience while I finish these. I'm not going to go quite all the way to the bottom here because I have an imprint on the bottom of my shirt that I still want to have show. And honestly, it's probably better if I don't because I'm going to be tying my weave off a little later, and you'll understand more where I'm coming from with that in a few moments. But I'm going to go almost to the bottom, just kind of to the top of where that writing starts on the back of my shirt. And I'm done with the cuts. Next, I'm going to unfold the t-shirt like this, so that you've got your rips basically in the back of your shirt. And I'm going to stretch them out like this. I'm going to take each one individually and just pull and tug on them to stretch them out. And this is why it doesn't matter if your cuts were a little bit ragged or irregular, because they just kind of come up into a string like this, and it really doesn't matter anyway at all what they looked like when you started. So next, what you're going to do is you're going to do a simple weave, and I'm going to take just a minute and show you how this is done. But you're going to start at the bottom on this weave, and you're going to weave your way up to the top here. I'm even going to stretch that top out a little bit up here. You're not going to start with this one because we want that to remain. But what you're going to do is you're always going to go under, okay, that first one, pull it through, and then you're going to pick up, show you, let me start over again here. All right, so you're going to go under this last one here, and then you're going to pick up the next one and go under that loop, and the next one and go under that loop, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, until you get to the top, okay? So now you're at, actually I think I missed one, I did. Hold on, under again, and under again, and now I'm at the top. And this one here, what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut it, this last one, okay? And I'm actually going to anchor it here. I'm going to tie it with just a little double knot here at the top, evenly spaced out from the side a little bit, okay? Maybe leaving myself a 1/4 of an inch there. I'm going to tie that double knot. You can always cut these off later if you have little strings. And I'm going to do the exact same thing right here. I'm going to tie it off, okay? Again, leaving myself about that 1/4 to a 1/2 of an inch from the edge of the shirt. And one weave is now complete. You're going to repeat this process again 2 more times. So starting at the bottom here, you're going to go under, pick up the next one, go under, the next one, go under, and again, 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 and now I'm at the top again. I'm going to anchor this off again right here, okay? Cut it. Come in a little bit further, so maybe another 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch from the last one that I tied off. And tie this one off in the exact same way. Okay, I'll go back and double tie those again in a few minutes when we have a little more time. Then you're going to start once more. You're going to do the exact same thing again. So you're going to start with the second one, go under the first, and then pick up the next one, go under, pick up the next one, go under, the next one, go under, the next one, go under. Do the same thing all the way up, just like we did the first time. Just making sure that you don't miss any along the way. And now you're ready to tie off your last set up here at the top. Now, if you didn't have a lot of width at the top, you could tie them off all at the same point, right in the center, and there'd be nothing wrong with that. That would be absolutely fine. I chose to go ahead and space mine a little because I had quite a bit of width at the top of this shirt, and I felt like it would work better. So I'm going to go back and finish double tying these other ones that I left off in a single tie before. Okay. I had another one of those over here. I'll tie it once more just so I don't have a slip, and make sure you pull them nice and tight. Now, take your shirt, because what you want to do is create this nice even spacing along the bottom as well. You see how this has kind of pulled your shirt in? It's going to make it hug your body when you go to wear it. You have to create the same kind of tie-offs here along the bottom, along this bottom thread. So what you're going to do is at these couple different places, you see where it's crossing down here on this last thread? So it's crossing here, right? It's crossing here. It's crossing here and here. You're going to do that same thing of cutting it and tying it off at an equal position. So this gets a little confusing down here because you want to make sure you're cutting the right thing. This is my main thread that's going through the bottom of everything. So I don't want to cut that. I want to cut this other one, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. In this case, I'm going to cut it over here as close to the edge as I could, where I made my original cut. And I'm going to tie it off here, again, to my main line that I had. Maybe coming in this case, because I have more distance to cover along the bottom, maybe about an inch in. I'm going to tie it off just like I did along the top. I'm going to double knot it very securely. Okay? Now, again, this is my main thread. The next crossing is happening right here. So what I'm going to do with it is, again, I'm going to go ahead and, whoops, see where I lost it again. I'm going to go ahead, it's crossing here, right? I'm going to go ahead and cut it right here where it's crossing. And this gets a little bit trickier because now that I'm on my second row, I have to create a knot, and I have to leave enough ends because I'm going to have to put my string in here, leave about an inch, and then tie again. And if you want, you can leave these a little bit loose and not pull them super tight at first so that you can still slide them around on that bottom rung of your weave and get your distance correct. And that'll allow you to kind of correct for some margin or whatever. Then you go to your next place it crosses. You cut here, same kind of thing. You got to tie, leave yourself some room on the ends again. Here's your last rung. Come over about another inch, tie this securely. Okay, you're going to repeat that on the other side. And I'm sorry if this is a bit repetitive, but I don't have any video editing software, so I'm just going to have to make you watch the whole thing. But you want to make sure that, again, you're staying with, you keep track of which one's your bottom rung so that you don't cut the wrong thing. Cut the next string that crosses it. Keep your bottom rung where you can find it here. In the other hand, tie a knot. Leave yourself the room to go back and tie another double knot here. Okay, and again, you can leave it loose at first and tighten it up later. So again, not wanting to lose track of my original rung, here it is again. The next place that it's being crossed, right, is right here. So I'm going to cut this piece. I'm going to go through that same process of taking my rung out of it, tying the double knot, leaving myself enough room at the end so that I can tie a second one after I loop back through. I put my middle rung in the center of that again, and now I can tie my double knot. All right, I think I have all these done now, and I can go back and I can actually see if I kind of like how my spacing is, and it looks pretty equal. So I'm going to go ahead. Just going back over our double knots, making sure we have them tied tightly enough so that we don't have any slippage on there. This last one I'm a little bit worried about, so I'm actually going to tie it through one more time. Okay? And I'm going to do the same thing at the top. Just make sure I've got those nice and tight so I don't have it slipping on me later on. All right. Now, you're ready to kind of put this shirt on. Just one second and I'll reveal it to you. And you end up with this nice back here. And if you find that, you don't like, if you left the bottom part and you don't like it, you can just cut it off and make it short. Or you can do whatever you want. You could go ahead, if you didn't have writing, which most shirts don't, this one just happened to, you could loop through this bottom and it would pull it in as well. Or you can just take it and tie it in a nice knot or whatever you want to do here at the bottom, cut the end, cut it in a loop, and it just becomes kind of fun. So I took this tank top that was really too big on me. It was probably about 3 sizes too big. And using this weaving process made this great pattern on the back so something can show through, and also made the shirt fit me at the same time. So hope you have fun giving it a try. If you have any questions, just post and let me know. Thanks. Bye.